Hello crafters, Raquel here with Paints and Glitter. Today I'm coming along with the Christmas collection gift boxes from Tonic Studios. These are absolutely gorgeous little boxes that you'll be able to make for this Christmas season coming up. The die set does contain 32 pieces, and as you can see, it will allow you to create the different boxes. What's going to remain the same are the side pieces. The wider one for the base and the narrower one will be for the lid. You also have a holly and berry little piece here. These 4 little pieces are going to be for the bow. And then I'm going to flip this over. You do get to make different little faces for your little gingerbread box. So you do have 3 different expressions, and as you can see, I've made mine with the lashes facing down as if the little gingerbread girl's sleeping, but you can go ahead and make it whichever way you like. There's that adorable little bow, the frosting for your little cookie, and then the buttons are either the little hearts or the simple little circular ones there. Today's tutorial is going to feature the actual gingerbread box, so I hope that that is helpful to you. And without any further ado, we'll begin with the tutorial. To begin the assembly of these adorable boxes for this gingerbread box, you need 2 of the largest die cuts using the dies included in your set. Those will be for the lid, and we'll set those aside for a moment. You're going to need the second largest die. Go ahead and cut out 4 pieces, and then use the third largest die to cut into 2 of those to create some apertures. You're also going to need 4 of the wide strips along with the decorative layers that you can add to those strips. Here I'm using pearlescent and a glitter card from Tonic Studios, and I advise that you leave a little space there so that you can go ahead and adhere all of these strips end to end, so that you can attach it to what will be the base of the box. And you also want to fold over all of those little tabs, but before you proceed, make sure to use your paper creaser to allow this to start having a bit of a fold in it because it's going to be shaped. Once you have burnished all of those papers, go ahead and attach these strips end to end as you see here. There's a total of 4 for these again, and you're going to have 1 long strip as you see. Then you're going to take 1 of the die cuts that you would have cut with the second largest die, and you're going to nestle that strip right along the bottom, right next to one of the little legs of the gingerbread cookie. You want to make sure that you begin with the smooth end of that strip, and you're going to walk this all the way around, making sure that you match the curvature of that paper. So what I've done is added Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to about 5 or 6 of those little tabs at a time, and then shaped the paper. I am using 80-pound cardstock, which is the classic card weight of card from Tonic Studios. I do advise that you use this lighter card for the wall of this little box. It's going to make a big difference, and make sure to wrap that all the way around. And once you reach the end, you're going to nestle that paper all the way in to meet the previous piece, which is the beginning of that strip. And once you have made sure to match all of those nice little curves on this paper, then is when you want to apply your pressure using your paper creaser. It's going to make a big difference in making sure that you can close this off. Then lastly, apply adhesive to the little tab, matching those 2 pieces of paper up. And then you can cover the back. On the back, you want to apply an ample amount of adhesive, and then leave this to dry underneath a block if you can. Now, I didn't want to waste the papers that I had cut out from those little apertures as well as that glitter card. So I thought it would look cute to go ahead and apply these on the inside of the box. Got me thinking that you could definitely personalize this quite a bit depending on how you cut into these papers. I think it would be a lot of fun. For instance, add some initials here if you'd like to. However, you're now going to use the little apertures that you have cut out. These are going to help keep the integrity of the shape of this box. So make sure you nestle that inside first, and then you're going to help that paper meet the edge. Apply adhesive to the little tabs and go little by little here, so that way your adhesive doesn't dry too fast, but you're going to push that paper to meet the edge of that aperture die cut. And then once you have them all adhered, go ahead and place the second one right on top. This is going to cover any of those little unsightly little tabs. And once this is nice and dry, and again, I do advise you leave that underneath a block to dry, you can proceed to create the lid. You need 4 more strips of the thin ones and 4 of the layering strips if you're going to decorate that. And take advantage, of course, of the beautiful papers that Tonic has for you. So once you apply these, make sure also that you have all of the strips facing the same way and that you adhere these end to end. And you're going to do the same thing, which is to take your paper creaser and make sure that you give that a nice curve, because you will need it to be able to shape this. So adhere all of these end to end. Once you have those nice and dry, then you can proceed to fold over all of those little tabs on the one edge and make sure that this paper gets used to folding. It'll make it a lot easier once you begin the assembly of your lid. So here you're also going to start with the smooth edge. As you can see, I'm starting at the bottom of the cookie. I'm going to work all the way around by applying adhesive to only 4 to 5 little tabs at a time. I then flip this over because I like to use my table as a third hand, if you will. It's going to help me hold that and apply pressure onto that paper. So that way I can make sure that this is adhered fully before I proceed, and then very gingerly walk my way around the entire perimeter of that die cut. Once you have that completed, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to make sure that you adhere that little tab and hold on to that paper until it is fully dry before you proceed. I know the videos are fast, but that's so that I don't take too much of your time. And then you're going to match it up with the bottom, just to ensure that you didn't adhere that a little too tight or anything. So now you're going to cover this with your 4th die cut. And again, apply ample amount of adhesive here to make sure that you hide all of those little tabs, as well as give this some time to dry. I have placed mine underneath one of the cutting boards from my die cut machines. And once that was nice and dry, could go ahead and fit this over the foundation of this box, making sure not to push on that paper too hard. After all, it's really beautiful paper and you don't want to accidentally ruin it, but you should get a really nice snug fit. And now you can decorate the adorable little cookie that you're going to place on top. Here's where you want to take advantage of the beautiful papers that Tonic Studios has to offer, whether it be the holographic card or the glitter card as you see here. The die cut included is going to allow you to add all of those adorable little details. On the top there, right hand side of your screen, you can see the little bow that I had cut. I did add that by cutting it twice. And then you have 3 different faces to choose from. And here I'm just adding the little smile as well as the little lashes to the little face. Okay, friends, I'm not quite sure how that happened, but for some reason I was not recording the addition of all of these adorable little pieces here. But what I can tell you is that I did double up the bow. So I did use my Craft Perfect adhesive, the little foam squares on that little bow there. And as you can tell, all of the other pieces were the same glitter card that I used throughout. So I will go ahead and link that below. This is all from Tonic Studios. And I wanted to mention briefly that the other tutorial that I did was the candy cane. However, it was a different color. It wasn't this pastel color one here. and I didn't do one for the little stocking, but it's self-explanatory. What you end up doing is the same thing, is using the number of strips that the project calls for, and then you can decorate it as you wish. But I wanted to really quickly point out that of course you can decorate these as you will, and the papers here are from the candy cane collection of papers from Tonic Studios. Those are double-sided papers, and then that beautiful holographic paper is from the newer metallic colors from Tonic Studios. The satin papers are also from Tonic, and then don't forget that you can use your embossing folders as I have done here. So if you see from the candy cane collection, I used one of those beautiful embossing folders on that satin paper, and now my paper also has that beautiful 3D embossing of the little candies all the way around. So don't forget to mix and match the products that you have on hand. And that little bow, oh my gosh, that's just to die for. I just think they're so adorable. I also use little diamond dots, and I just think it's absolutely darling. So don't forget that I will have the items linked below. I am now using Linktree, so what you will see is that it will say Linktree/PaintsandGlitter. You can click on that and find all of the items that will be provided for you to shop if you want to and support this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I hope that you can be inspired and be blessed.